What's up, everyone? You just saw some gameplay of Clair Obscure Expedition 33. What is with that name? I remember hearing a podcast, they looked up what Clair Obscure was. It's like some French thing or whatever, but we're calling this Expedition 33, and this is my review. Now, I haven't beaten this game, so I'm going to start doing reviews, especially for newer games, a little bit different because I don't have the time to beat the game fully. I'm going to go and tell you guys if it's worth it within the first 4 hours. Does that first 4 hours make me want to buy the game? So let's get right into it. I'm going to try and be as spoiler free as I can, but no promises here. I'm going to read the Steam description just to give you guys a slight idea, and I'll go more in depth in it. Lead the members of Expedition 33 on their quest to destroy the Paintress so that she can never paint death again. Explore a world of wonders inspired by Clair Obscure, France, and battle unique enemies in this turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics. You heard it there, the Paintress. She's a lady that paints numbers up onto a pillar that you could see in the distance, and that is the age that everyone dies. So right now they are on 34 when you start the game, and then it rolls down to 33. It seems like it started at 100 just from the base of the game and some of the lore that I've been listening to. So it sounds like it started at 100 and it's been slowly going down. Now, why she's there, how she got there, all that kind of stuff, haven't learned that yet. But within the first 4 hours, I'll tell you, this is probably my game of the year so far. Graphically, I'd give the graphics like an 8 out of 10. I think it's a beautiful game. There's a few things, some pop-ins, sometimes some weird things that happen. But this is a small development team, so this is very, very impressive to me what they were able to do here. Like it says, it's a turn-based RPG, but it has real-time mechanics. So there's a lot of dodging and button pressing going on when you're going to do your attacks or the enemy is going to attack you. You have a parry system, which is crazy. I don't know of a parry system in a turn-based RPG that I've played, at least. But there's dodge, and that's normal. In Paper Mario, there's a dodge and stuff like that. But gameplay-wise, man, is that fun. I like turn-based RPGs, but I'm also not like the biggest fan. When they take too long, when not a lot of things are going on. This game overall, not just gameplay wise, it moves very quick. Like, you're in the action all the time, and I don't mean just fighting, but like the story is progressing every single step of the way. So gameplay wise, lots of cool attacks. There's elemental damage, so lightning, earth. I haven't seen water yet in the game. I'm guessing that's gonna come around sooner or later, but there's definitely earth, fire, and electricity, or they call it lightning, that goes on in the game. I haven't quite figured out, there's this thing called stains, which one of your character uses. I haven't quite figured out that system yet. I just like attacking, so I don't dive too much into how to actually do that. The game is somewhat, I don't want to say hard. I'm not the greatest at video games, so I was playing on normal, and I died. So I switched it over to easy, and I think it's a little bit more forgiving, a lot less damage on your end, and a little bit more on theirs. It's just, I like playing that way because, like I said, I don't have a lot of time to play video games, so I like to just beat the enemies and move on, and have fun. The story so far, I'm captivated. I want to know what's going on. I don't want to spoil too much, but when Expedition 33, you're going to stop the Paintress, right? You get sent out to go stop the Paintress. At the beginning, you're like, who is the Paintress? Why is she here? What is she doing? Right? It gets me hooked right there. I'm like, I want to go see what this is about. And the main character's name is Gustav, so he's more of a sword and pistol kind of guy. His pistol comes out of nowhere, like out of thin air, which is really cool. Uses lots of powerful attacks. He also has this robotic arm that in battles is super strong. Then you have Lune. So I've only met 3 characters so far, so I'm not going to read the last one. She's the daughter of a prominent researcher, so she's like the one that knows what's going on, and she likes to explore things. Gustav, his sister's like in charge of everyone on the island that's out there where you see the Paintress, where you start the game and everything like that. I can't remember the name of the town. And then Melee, she doesn't know her real parents, so she joins the expedition. Now, she's a lot younger than the other ones, so the people in the expeditions, it sounds like, usually go when it's their last year. That way they have a year to try and get to the paintress and take her out. Just from exploring the world, it sounds like that doesn't happen very often. What I find cool is the checkpoints are old expedition campgrounds. Um, so they'll have a number on it, which is just kind of cool. Helps the lore that, hey, numbers Expedition 7 got this far, which is just cool. And at the beginning of the game, there's a lot of them, which I imagine as we go through the game, it's going to get less and less. And within the first 4 hours, I feel like I'm only scratching the surface. Sounds like this game is about 30 to 35 hours to beat. How long to beat, obviously, doesn't have it. Just came out a couple days ago. But that's the feel I get from it. So there's an overworld, which is really cool. Kind of reminds me of Tiny Tina's Wonderland, how Tiny Tina's Wonderland had like an overworld where the game wastes no time. You are constantly progressing this story, constantly moving through. Going from Assassin's Creed Shadows to this game, I love Assassin's Creed Shadows. An 8 out of 10 for me, but this game is a 9.5 out of 10. There's a few things we'll get into that that bother me a little bit, but it's very minuscule and very small. I'm hard on giving tens, all right? I'm hard on giving tens. But that overworld, what I love about it is basically, for me, like, I'm going to use Assassin's Creed Shadows for an example. When you're going from mission to mission, a lot of times you go start a mission, you talk to somebody, and they're like, actually, you need to go to these 2 other places and then come back and talk to me. Then it's like an errand running thing. And those 2 other missions are kind of cool, but then I don't want to do that. Like, let's progress the story. Let's move a little bit faster here. I don't want to have to walk all the way over there. This game wastes no time because the overworld kind of shrinks and scales. It makes it seem like you're moving faster through the world, which is just super awesome. All the levels are linear, so you'll have an overworld, you go into the level, and the linear. This is the thing I don't like, is sometimes it's hard to tell if you're on the right track or not. That does happen a couple times. I was like, where am I going? How do I get through this? What do I need to do to keep going? But most of the time I would just walk through, and even if I went the wrong way, it would kind of loop back on itself. And I would be like, oh, I'm guessing I'm supposed to leave this area now and go to the next area. And that would happen most of the time. There was just when you're meeting the little paint guys, it gets a little hairy in there, but it made sense after a little while. I got through it really easy. I just wish there was a mini map or something where I could tell where I've been or haven't been. I can tell that there's some customization, like I know you can get new hairstyles because I got a haircut from somebody at the start of the game, and it gave me a hairstyle I didn't like. I don't know if it was random or depending on what I said would have given me a different haircut. But yeah, I haven't found any different costumes or anything like that yet. That is a possibility. There are different sets. It doesn't seem like your gear gives you any buffs or anything. At least what you're wearing. Your weapons do, which is super cool. Can be slightly confusing. Just wish the menu was a little bit cleaner on. So it'll show you all the weapons in one, but only certain weapons work with certain characters. And I don't know. It's probably just me, but again, it's what makes it a 9.5 out of 10. But man, this is game of the year for me. I cannot get enough of this. I want to keep playing. I want to find out what that paintress is doing and if we're going to beat her or not. Because who knows, we may get to the end and then that's where Expedition 32 comes in. And then 31, and then 30. Oh my gosh. I thought this was going to be more like a Souls-like, just based on what the characters look like. Some of them look like fingers and hands, which comes a lot from like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and those kinds of games. And I am not good at those games, and I don't like them. This has a little bit of Dark Souls and things with the parry and the dodge. What I like is it's actually hard to do the dodge. Now, when you're attacking, it's pretty easy to do the timing, but the dodge, you got to learn the character's cues on when they're about to swing. What's nice is a lot of the characters are repeated, so you can learn that pretty easy. There's one that was really hard, like these claw guys. They attack everyone in the party, and I could not figure out how to dodge or parry that for the life of me. But Lots of fun there. Just like in a lot of games nowadays, there are campsites that you can go to. You can only go to that in the overworld map, but there's little side character things. It seems like I said, I'm early on in this game. I've played maybe 5 hours. Uh, that campsite's going to expand, and you're going to get other things that help unlock certain things. I did get one guy that boosts some of your pictos. Pictos, I think is what it's called. These little things that give you like bonus uh, stats and stuff like that. The leveling up in this game happens very fast and very often, and I think it's pretty generous in the points it gives you. Upgrade my skills. I'm starting to not be able to upgrade my skills just because I have to build enough points to unlock another skill, which is pretty cool. At the beginning of the game, you're getting a lot. You're getting a lot going on. It seems like there's one more character, playable character I'm going to unlock. Oh, another thing that's really cool is switching of characters. It's literally just a click of the left stick, and it's instantaneous. Like if you want to run around to certain characters, it's just boom, boom, boom. You could switch super fast. No having to like put them at the top of the party and stuff like that. I don't think it really does anything gameplay wise. I haven't even realized. I don't think that means they attack first. Is Expedition 33 worth it? I'm going to say absolutely unequivocally yes. You want to know why? It is a $50 game. And right now I have it open on Steam. You can buy the standard edition for $44.99. So you get a $5 off. And then you could buy the deluxe edition for $53.99. So $60 for this game. And let me tell you, I hope more AAA studios take what the team at Sandfall Interactive, I was reading the developer name, what they have done in this game. It is a 30 to 40 hour game. It is beautiful. The story is locked in. I really am interested in this world because I feel like if more AAA developers did things like this, in my opinion, what the AAA developers should do, unless you're GTA, um, you should keep doing what you're doing because you're making really good games. Well, and things like The Witcher, but places that are struggling like Ubisoft, instead of trying to release these like 40, 50, 60-hour games, shorten it, make it a little bit in that 60 to 50 to $60 range instead of 70. Spend less money on these games, just like and make a good story, good gameplay, fantastic music in this game. Like I think I was touching on it earlier. I thought this was going to be more Dark Souls esque, but the worlds are colorful. They're beautiful. That it's not dark, dreary, nasty. Some of the parts are, but when you get into some of this music, it's like it's upbeat sometimes, or there's that there's an area where you meet these little paintbrush looking guys. Uh, that area I love. The music in there, it's a little bit more lighthearted. It's not as serious all the time. So there's even a little bit of comedic relief in the game. But developers, you gotta learn from this crew. Make a smaller team. Let them cook, man. Let them make the game that they want to make. Weird. It's obscure. It's all this kind of things, and that's what more people want. Okay, I promise you. Smaller game, not like 10 hours, like 30 hours, 30, 40 hours. Somebody like me, I think I am in the box of majority of gamers now. I think I enjoy gaming news and look more at video games than the average person. But if you're trying to hit more audience members, I think they're like me. I have 2 kids, I got a wife, I work a full-time job, and I try to do this YouTube stuff on the side. So like I'm very busy. I got maybe 5 to 6, maybe 10 hours on the weekend to play video games. The other thing that helps is, like I said earlier, this game does not slow down. It keeps going and just progressing things very, very quickly. You don't waste your time walking a bunch of different places. You may waste your time going in a loop, but it's not a waste of time because usually I found really good weapons or some sort of picto that really boost my stats. I went down a rabbit hole and I started to look up if this has a physical edition. It does. I'm probably going to pick it up physically. I'm going to. This is such a good game. I was looking and there's like a few different editions, like Lumiere edition and stuff like that. Um, and the collector's edition's already gone. So I looked it up on eBay and they're going for like $800. And it has a really cool, I could show you guys right here. Well, actually it only has one picture. That's not helpful. But there's like the Paintress's tower is there, and it's got the 33 on it, so that's pretty cool. But too late now. I'm not gonna go and do that. I didn't think this game was gonna be that big of a hit, but man, was it ever. I know I'm kind of all over the place, so I apologize, but didn't take extremely good notes. But I had to talk about this game. I had to get the review out there. So it is worth $50. Get it. If you can get it on Steam, it's discounted. I think all the digital editions are discounted by $5. I'm gonna go buy it physically. Worth every penny, man. I haven't beaten it yet, so maybe the ending of the game may change my mind, but I don't think so. Gameplay alone is super fun. But this is how reviews are going to go for me now, at least of newer games. We're going to do like the first 4 hours of review, and then I'll do a late to the party review. Kind of like Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm already a little late for the first 4 hours, but I'm not gonna even do a review on that one because it took me too long to try to get to it, to beat it. And that's why I'm doing this. And that's why, like I said, developers, make smaller games, make shorter games. I feel like more people are going to play them, okay? And make them, even 60, 70 bucks, but make sure the gameplay and the story are worth it. Get playtesters, get content creators to play your game, have them sign NDAs, things like that. Get them to test it out. And not just content creators, but get anybody to play your game. That's what I got for you guys today. I hope I did okay. I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to take better notes and do better. I promise. Okay, guys.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.